You crazy cat. You're a kook. You're a kook. This is going to be a chatty video. My lady. It had been a long time since you'd seen my cat, Ruth Ann. And someone over on Instagram asked for an introduction. So this is Ruth Ann. She doesn't like to be held. And she sometimes comes home with a slug on her butt. Ruth Ann is 4 years old. She is beautiful, but she is a stray cat. And I love her with all my heart. And she was born on the 5th of May 2020. She is a COVID baby. I don't know what else to say. She's the best cat ever. But she is very vocal and I have to go pick up the slug. I think I forgot to introduce myself. Hi! This is nonsense. Hi there. My name is Ariane. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, hi, I am a French artist. I am 28 years old, soon to be 29. I am beyond excited that it is now autumn. I am an autumn baby, although I always thought I was born in the winter, because I forget that not all the month of December lies in the winter. But yeah, I will turn 29 on the 12th of December. And I've been feeling like making a video like this for a while now. And I thought that since tomorrow is the start of October, and it is also the start of Inktober or other October challenges like Peachtober, I don't know, Clabouty-tober, Mosstober, so many others, I thought that you might enjoy a little pep talk. I know that people can put pressure on themselves to perform, but I feel like these challenges were made for people to create stuff. And we want people to create stuff because creating stuff is fun and good, and it is what we love to do. And sometimes in the midst of such creative challenges, it can become difficult to see the bigger picture and the fact that, you know, your life won't end if you don't create every day. But yeah, so let's get into the list of 25 plus things I've learned in 25 plus years of life as an artist. And I said 25 plus because, I don't know, for the first 3 years of my life, I was a tiny baby. And then I think I started considering myself an artist when I was about 3 years old. I know that is very obnoxious to say, but I mean it in the purest possible way. Like, no arrogance intended, just I love art, I love making art, and hence I am an artist. But if you want to fight with me about it in the comments, please do, leave me comments, please. It really helps my channel a lot. And I don't know why. I do know why. I think it's because I've been posting less shorts, but the engagement on my channel has been down. So please, if you don't agree with me, leave a comment. I will gladly respond to it. And if you do agree with me, please leave me a comment as well. Thank you. Let's get into the list. The first thing I wrote was, just do it. You don't need a fancy degree. Just do it. If you want to make art, just make art. I know people have said it 1,000 times, but I will keep saying it. Just do it. The second item on the list is just do it again. And what I mean by that is it's okay to draw the same thing twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I know I am guilty of drawing something one time and then being like, okay, I'm done. I'm not ever allowed to draw this thing again. And you might already follow me and know that I did a sketchbook challenge in September, and in this sketchbook challenge I had to do 179 spreads in a short amount of time. And when you want to do as much stuff in such a short amount of time, you get to learn very quickly that you'll have to draw the same thing twice or 3 times or 4 times or even 5 times. It's okay, you won't die. The third item on the list is that your technique can improve a lot and a lot if you just do a little bit every day. You don't have to fill in an entire sketchbook in a week. You can draw 5 minutes a day for a year, and it'll be way more effective. And I know when you want to make art, sometimes it can feel really frustrating and like you didn't do anything at all if you just draw for 5 minutes. But if you do it, it's not the length of time that you do it that matters. It's how often you do it. You have to be regular about it. That's what matters. Fourth item on the list. Art is looking, not making. And what I mean is, it doesn't matter what your art looks like. It matters how you look at things. And when you look at things differently, it can really improve your art, even if your technique isn't where you want it to be yet. Fifth thing is, none of it matters. Your worth isn't linked to what you make. If you make bad art one day, you're not a bad person and you're not a bad artist. We all have bad days, and I know it all feels so very important and like maybe art is your calling, but I promise you, none of it matters. So just try to have fun. Sixth thing is materials don't matter. What I mean is, don't get lost in like seeing someone you love using something that you feel like could be really cool and really good. Like sometimes you'll make art that is awesome and you'll have used like a cheap ballpoint pen or like a toothbrush or like, I don't know, just try things and don't think that an art supply isn't good just because it's cheap. You crazy cat. You're a kook. You're a kook. Ah, my arm. You're making it difficult for me to work. I love you though. Number 7 is just do whatever you want to do and do what you love. But also sometimes doing what you love takes time because you'll have to understand what you love exactly. And that can be a little bit tricky, but that's okay. Take your time and focus on what feels fun and nice and good. Just do what you love. And on that note, number 8 is a life lesson that actually my fiddle teacher taught me in a fiddle lesson, and my fiddle teacher is amazing. His name is Hayden, and I'll link his Instagram because he is a fiddle player, but he's also an amazing artist. And he taught me that sometimes when you feel like you don't know how to draw, insert whatever you do, like sing, play the fiddle, like play the harp, the trumpet, I don't know. When you feel like there is a time when you feel like you don't know how to draw anymore, and that is not regression, that is part of the progress. But the progress you make will be like very roughly said, like you'll have the technique, like your hand technique and your eyes. And whenever you feel like you don't know how to draw anymore, it's because your technique isn't really improving, you're stagnating, that happens, but your eyes, they're evolving, and then your eyes have a higher standard for what you want to do, or a more precise standard. But then your technique is still the same, so you're looking at stuff differently, but you just need to adjust your technique. And again, it will take time. Don't put pressure on yourself. It will happen. It is just a normal part of the process. Number 9, remember when I said that materials don't matter? Well, forget what I said, because sometimes finding the right material for what you want to do can really change a piece of art that you're making. Like sometimes it's not about what you're doing, but it's about how you're doing it and what you're using, and just play with it. Try different things. If you do something and you feel like something's off, just do it again with a different technique, and maybe you'll learn new stuff and it'll be fun. I promise you. Just try out some stuff and try some different techniques. Number 10. So this is something that I might make some enemies here, but I feel like online courses are a trap. What I mean by that is very personal, because I'm the kind of person who will buy like a dozen art courses on a whim, because what I want is for someone to just tell me every day, like, go sit on your desk and make some art. And I mean, you can buy the art courses, but if you just do it for motivation, find another way to motivate yourself, because it's not about the art course, it's about going on your desk and making some art. And no amount of art courses on Domestika will change that. But also, do what you want. 11. Good art doesn't exist, and taste changes. Taste isn't universal. There are geniuses everywhere, and if you want to draw something, just draw it. The world will be a better place for it. I promise. Number 12. The moment you release the pressure of wanting to make a perfect piece of art, I promise you, it always happens this way. I think it's been scientifically proven. The moment you release this pressure is the moment you will make the most beautiful piece of art. Fact. Number 13 also, sometimes pressure can be amazing. I mean, we're coming into October. Sometimes a challenge can really help yourself push your boundaries and like help you create a lot more. Like I did a sketchbook challenge in September. It really helped me create more every day and make art that I really loved. Sometimes it's the pressure that helps, but maybe sometimes it's just the structure of a challenge. I don't know. Sometimes I will say something and then I will say the exact opposite. I just want you to feel better and to remember that nothing is real. Just do what you want to do. Make up your own challenge if you want to. You can. I don't know if you can see that my cat is on a little bed, a little cute bed made of wool that my mum knitted for her. I will include it in a later clip because it is the most adorable thing ever. Number 14. Sometimes you will make art that you hate, and then you'll look at it on a next day or the next month or a year after, and you will come to love it. And that is a true fact of life. And the opposite is true as well. Like sometimes you'll make art and you'll love it so much, and then you look at it in a different light on a different day, and then you'll be like, what was that? I hate it. Because taste evolve, taste changes. It is all very subjective, and it's okay. It's okay. 15 is linked to 14 is keep track of what you do, because sometimes you'll need a reminder, like a clear reminder of the progress you've made. And progress is just, it's not just the technical progress that you've made, but also the technical progress that you've made, but also like maybe you've become more creative. Maybe it's become easier for you to draw without a reference image. Maybe it's become easier for you to express how you feel in a drawing. Just keep track of what you do, and that's why I love sketchbooks, because it's a really easy way to keep track of an amount of time and a period of time, and you can just jump back and forth and see what you did. I think it's really important to keep track of what you do and to not throw away your art, but also do what you like. 16. Even bad art is good art, and this might sound a little bit redundant, but you will learn so much by doing stuff that you hate. And sometimes, I know I said to focus on what you love and doing what you love, but sometimes doing something that is a little bit difficult or that doesn't feel easy, getting out of your comfort zone. I know it's such a cliche, but you will learn a lot by doing a piece that ends up being something you hate. You will learn your taste, you will learn your boundaries, and you will probably learn something technical. 17. You do not have to aim for fine art. Fine art is all good and amazing, but not all art has to be like, not all art has to be that realistic. Not all art has to look like a photograph. I mean, you can do whatever the heck you want, and you can do some art that is very cute, but that is really your own. You can do some art that is silly, that is cringe, that is scary, ugly. I don't know, do the art that you want to make. Number 18 is, I think human beings are intrinsically good at art. There is a quote by Pablo Picasso, who I kind of hate. The man, not the quote. But so I'm going to quote him, but not quote him. I'm going to paraphrase him. And I think his quote says that, yeah, adults have to learn their whole life how to like become children again. And in this way, I really agree, because I think when we're kids, we are born and we know how to art. We are artists as we're born. We know how to look at stuff, and then we learn how to unsee. And so as adults who want to be artists, our job is to unlearn how to unsee, is to learn how to see the world again and its beauty. And it is such a difficult job, because the whole world, like the whole Western world at least, is made so that you cannot enjoy your life in an artistic way. Anyway, number 19 is stop comparing yourself to others. I know, again, such a cliche, but just because someone does something beautiful and that something beautiful doesn't look like what you're doing, it doesn't mean that what you're doing is crap. No, there are so many different ways to make art. Number 20. Sometimes you will love to look at one type of art, but you would not love to make that one kind of art. I don't know. I love crochet, but I hate to crochet. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? 21. Remember when I said earlier that online courses were a trap? Well, if you want to learn a specific technique and you see a course online or in person that attracts you, just do the freaking course. Sometimes learning from someone else will really help you improve your technique faster, and it will give you a boost in confidence and just the boost you need to go back on track and taking care of yourself and being creative again. And I know I keep contradicting myself. 22. Inspiration comes from so many different places, and I urge you not to find all your inspiration on Instagram and Pinterest. I know it has been said 1,000 times over, and I think that's why I really have come to love YouTube, is that, I don't know, sometimes on Pinterest and Instagram it can feel like everyone has everything figured out, and that every other artist is just making all these beautiful pieces of art that are perfect and done and finished, and it is not real life. Real life is so different than that. Instagram and Pinterest are made for you to be addicted to the clicking and the liking, and it's not made for you to feel creative. So don't neglect going on a walk, finding rocks and pebbles and leaves, going to a museum, meeting with other artists that you like. Don't neglect other sources of inspiration. It can come from so many different places. 23. It's a big one. And I might just be trying to convince myself, but you do not have to live off your art for your art to be legitimate. You can be a legitimate artist even if you don't earn your living as an artist. And I know that many artists whom I admire do not make a decent living off of art, and it doesn't mean that you cannot live off your art. That's not what I'm saying. It just means that even if you're not making a living off your art right now, or even if you never want to make a living off your art, doesn't mean that you're not an artist. You're an artist if you want to be an artist. It's just the way it is. 24. A biggie. I think the last ones are all biggies, but it is okay to rest. It is okay to listen to what your body is telling you to do. Your body is the vessel that you're using in order to make the art, and sometimes the biggest thing you can do is learn how to listen to it, listen to its cues, and sometimes the most benefic thing you'll be able to do to take care of your creativity is just take a nap, and that's cool too. I mean, yeah. So 25 is kind of like 24, but a bit more in depth. And that is, I think, the most important task of an artist is learning to get to know yourself, like understanding who you are. And if you've read The Artist's Way, you will understand what I'm saying. It is so crucial in order to find your voice, in order to make art to be calm and happy and good, and to feel loved, and to feel like your nervous system is calm and at peace. And that doesn't mean that if you're depressed or sad or angry or going through something, you'll not be able to make good art. But I really think that it is easy for us to think that in order to be an artist you have to be tortured, but I think you don't. I think in order to be a real good artist you have to feel real good, just in order to make the best art possible and to make as much great art as you can. Just take care of yourself, because your art is not above you, your art is of you, and so please take care of you. Please. 26. Make friends who make art. Especially if you want to make a living off your art. It can feel so lonely sometimes to hustle to become a full-time artist, and you'll feel so much more joy when you uplift other artists who are going through the same thing as you, and when you are able to share your struggles with other people who go through the same thing as you. And you know, sometimes when you're feeling a little bit bad with yourself, it really helps to think of all the other people who are going through the same thing as you are, and by uplifting them, maybe you'll feel a little bit better. I don't know, that's my philosophy as well, at least. 27, art is everywhere. And I think I wrote kind of a little poem here. Art is, it's so bad, but it's really funny, so I have to read it. I was a bit tired. I had a full day of work before I filmed this video, okay? I wrote, art is in your glistening eyes, in the rocks and pebbles at the bottom of the river. It is in the whistle of the wind. It is in the warm breath of your cat. It is everywhere. Creativity is life. And if you live fully, you will inevitably be creative. It is so corny, so cheesy, but it is truly what I believe. And that's it. 28 just says I love you, because I didn't have a 28th thing to say. I might find something else to say at some point. I don't know, I'm no genius, but if you're doing Inktober, Mosstober, Peachtober, good luck. I'm here. If you want to hit me with a DM, I am on Instagram. I will be over on Instagram. I will be trying to film some of my reels beforehand tomorrow. Before tomorrow, because I feel like October is going to be a full month. I'm going to go to London. I'm going to do so much stuff in October. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this video gave you a little bit of hope, a little bit of made you feel maybe like an older sibling helped you a little bit. And if you're older than me, well, maybe you felt a little bit uplifted, like I gave you a hand, an uplifting slap in the face. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm really grateful for each and every one of you. Whenever you leave me a comment or leave a little like, please like, subscribe, comment, save. I don't know, I love you all. Happy autumn, and begin. Let's the month of October begin. I'm so excited. Bye. I just cannot. She's just too cute.